Hi, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals for our fall 2023 season here at Academy USA for the AABA League. Today's matchup is between Aparan and Aragats. I'm going to be joined here shortly by Rich Elmoyan in what is set to be a very exciting game between two teams that have not played each other yet. Rich, welcome.
Thank you for having us for yet another semifinals, folks. The AABA Aparan Basketball League's Fall 2023 action. Brackets presented by Masi's Kebab. Your host, Rich Elmoyan, alongside Alec Armenian. Let's take a quick look at what happened in the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, Aragats was able to take on Armenians in what was a crazy ending to a game. Tevan Khudatian with a rolled ankle, and Aragats with three of them got crossed to the next round. Avan and Academy USA moved on, and therefore Aragats will play Academy USA in the matchup after this one, while Aparan and Arabuni ended up what Aparan decisively took to the next level, Alec, by at least a 30-point margin. And for Artsakh and Aragats, we saw what happened there, Alec. Aragats really took the spin. They're moving forward with this franchise, looking really healthy, and probably the best it's ever has been in one of our crew members, Pat Karamanian, coaching that team. Alec, let's talk a little bit about Aragats. What has been significantly different this year in contrast to last year?
It's definitely been the mindset, Rich. They feel like they're a good team finally, whereas before they were trying to make themselves believe it. Game by game, we've seen the improvement, and it all starts with the Francis brothers. These guys have really shown how much maturity they have, and they're spreading that. And obviously Narbe Pezeshkian, a big piece too.
You know, this Aragats team, what I love is there's a storyline behind it, and for those following AABA, they know that Aragats, it took them 2 seasons to get their first win, and that is not an easy thing to go through. A lot of their core players from that year, Greg Kashishian, Derek Eliassi, Trent Lucirarian, they're around, but they've added pieces like Narbe Pezeshkian that has come from a different background, teams like Vaughn, teams like Artsakh that have also competed here, and players like Adrian Francis, and you mentioned it, Ian Francis, have taken it to the next level. Now let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. Aparan, an absolute train, going straight ahead on the rails. Alec, this team is so together with the addition of Ivan Dooley and Vernon Teal working together this season. It's almost been unbeatable. I mean, it has been unbeatable, factually. What do you have to say about this Aparan team?
That duo, I've been saying it, Rich, is the deadliest offensive duo in this league, in my opinion. And today is not going to change. If these guys come in as a duo, and this is the mark that I'm putting on, Rich, if they have a combined 70 points, there's no way they lose this game. And that's their mark.
You can't forget about Daniel Mirzakhanian either. The guy at the tip right now, to Vernon Teal. He's a big part of this team as well, averaging nearly 20 points himself. And here we have it. Aragats in red, Aparan in white. Ian Francis gets it. Assist by Adrian Francis. This is the two brotherly duo we've been talking about, Alec, the Francis brothers, as Vernon Teal brings it the other way. Screen set by Mirzakhanian. Vernon Teal has it himself, likes the spacing, takes Pezeshkian, finds Mirzakhanian, and there he is, gets his first shot up. It's good. Alec, that's the guy we were talking about earlier.
He's going to be a big piece for these guys. And I was talking to Pat before the game. Obviously, he's been trying to plan it for the last couple of weeks now, playing this team. He mentioned that Ian Francis wants that challenge to guard Vernon Teal, so that leaves Narbe to guard Danny. And that is a little bit of a mismatch down low, so let's see how it goes.
Ian on Teal. Adrian on Dooley. Adrian staying composed, locked in. Dooley goes up, shot called, and a foul. Adrian Francis unhappy with the call, as Dooley is going to head straight to the line. And Alec, Ivan does such a great job of finding ways to get to the rim. Not only does he find himself at the free throw line frequently, but he's also a great finisher. And he's earned the nickname Ivo from his time at Dominguez Hills.
He deserves it. He's one of the best isolation players, and he finds, like you said, a way to just get to the free throw line. And he's not the greatest free throw shooter from what I've seen, Rich, but the ability to get there is so deadly.
Lethal. Francis receives the screen from the other Francis. Dooley guarding Francis. Possession in the corner. Finds Kashishian. Francis. Shot clock's at 5. Kashishian's going to have to make a move. He does, and it's good. A tough move by Kashishian leads to the first points by him. Francis on Teal. Teal tries to get his man in the air for a little contact. Doesn't get the call. Kashishian with the rebound. Dooley sets himself up. Shots no good. Rebound tipped by Possession into Francis's hands. And Adrian Francis is going to be the one that brings it up. Dooley's guarding Francis. Great first move by Francis. Gets Kashishian and another few points. Daniel Kashishian already coming big.
Big piece for this team, Rich. He attacks that paint when the ball isn't in his hands.
Vernon Teal gets his start going with an easy 2. 6-5, less than 8 minutes to go. Already a very offensive quarter here, Alec. Off-ball movement happening between the two Kashishians. Francis drives in, finds Kashishian again. No good. Heat check. Rebound, Andreassian. Andreassian pushing it down. Right into the hands of Francis. Into the other hands of Francis. Might want to slow it down here. Ian takes it all the way. No, he says never mind. And already Aragats with the energy, Alec.
Big time energy from this group. They do not want to fall behind against this Aparan team.
And falling behind Aparan so far has deemed impossible to come back in the AABA. Great catch by Mirzakhani. It goes up and a foul by Kashishian. Kashishian thought he was vertically up. Referee sees otherwise. Here's the instant replay on your screens, brought to you by our friends at Fanzia. And, ooh, Alec, Kashishian might have had a case there.
He gets up. He gets up, and, you know, I don't think I mind that foul. Danny not being a great free throw shooter either, so not really at the point where you want to challenge it.
And Mirzakhanian, part of the gold medal team of the Pan-Armenian Games for Glendale, helped lead that team in what was a spectacular ending to the Pan-Armenian Games with Andre Spite, former Harazdan member. Kashishian receives a screen from Possession. Ooh, dicey pass, but Francis finds it to Kashishian, and the other Kashishian gets it in the air. What a play.
Beautiful.
Aragats has shown up to really play some basketball, Alec.
That was beautiful there.
Dooley and Teal probably down for the longest time so far this season. I'm not sure. That just feels right. Kashishian launches. No good. Great box out by Francis. Leads to a rebound by Possession. Adrian Francis brings it up.
Rich, I think Ian Francis is probably the biggest defender that's been guarding Teal throughout the season, and it's kind of made an effect so far.
Definitely. You can already tell this is the most Dooley has had to deal with on defense this year. Kashishian finds the Kashishian. Kashishian doesn't even look at the rim, but he doesn't have to because Ian Francis does. Misses it, gets his own rebound, finds it in the wing, pump fake, finds another Francis. It's good! And Aragats are alive here in the first quarter in Glendale, California. Alec, nothing you can really do against a good ball movement, huh?
Really so tough to guard when the ball goes side to side, and Aragats has done a great job so far.
And a foul called on the floor. Not sure who the foul was on, Alec. If that's on Adrian Francis, you really can't afford to get too many fouls.
And that's the one thing, Rich. You're playing great defense, and I think it might have been on him, but we'll see if he stays in the game. But you play so hard, you don't want to just give up easy buckets at the free throw line after all that hard work.
And Dooley unable to get the second one going, but Mirzakhanian grabs the rebound. Teal wants it. No cutters so far for Aparan. Mirzakhanian goes up, no good. Rebound Possession. Lots of contact on the way down, but this is a physical game, Alec, and you'd expect that at AABA playoffs. Francis gets Dooley on his feet. Finds possession. That's his range. No good. Rebound Francis, and it's going to go out in favor of Aparan. Alec, you like what you're seeing so far?
Yeah, it's been a great start to this semifinal. A lot of high IQ plays so far, physicality, and now it's just Aparan's turn, and as he gets stolen there, Vernon Teal.
Ian Francis goes up, no good, and Possession with the rebound with the left hand. Possession, one of those X factors of a game, can bring 30 points on a day, can bring 15 rebounds on any day. Dooley finds a great pass to Kashishian. Ohanessian doesn't look at the rim. Mirzakhanian does. Looks to create his own shot. And Adrian Francis, what could have been an offensive foul, doesn't get the call. Dare I say he sold it a little too much.
Rich, that was, in my opinion, 100% an offensive foul.
And we hear the word flop thrown around so far on the court. I'm not sure. Stolen by Dooley. What a move. Teal has Ohanessians running with him, and it's good. 15-11. Less than 4:30 left to go, and Kashishian is face guarding Greg Kashishian. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Great defender is Arthur Kashishian on Greg Kashishian. Possession with the ball on the left-hand side. Ohanessian's guarding him. And a foul in the action on Ohanessian. And Alec, a lot of these guys have played against each other, whether it's in the Loot League, whether it's in Home and Men, they've played against each other. And there's some, a past and a history along with a lot of these guys as Kashishian checks out of the game and checks in as Sean Collegian. Mirzakhanian brings it down the other way. He can dribble the ball. And Francis, again, has his hands up this time. Nothing else he could do.
And a little bit of a run here by Aparan. It all starts for them pushing the ball, getting easy layups.
Easy layups. One of those guys that can get you easy layups is Sean Collegian. He just checked into the game. Whenever he can get the game flowing and benefit to him, he can really change the dynamic. Gets Teal up in the air, gets another step. Shot goes up. Possession wants the foul, not getting it. It's playoff basketball. Dooley to Teal. Teal back to Dooley. NBA range, no good. Rebound Teal, great hustle. And a foul on Adrian Francis.
I don't know,
man,
Rich.
Oh man.
Is that his third foul? It could be. We'll have to double check on that. But again, Aragats has the depth. In my opinion, just being honest here, I think they're probably the most deep team at this point out of the four that are remaining. Great take there.
Collegian, we were just talking about that, Alec. Collegian, one of those players that can change the dynamic on the offensive end and also known for his defense, so don't sleep on him. Mirzakhanian with the ball. Possession guarding him. Tries to shake him off. Possession gets bumped away. Rebound Francis. Great defense by Possession, but you might want to have to stay up on that. Collegian wants the ball. Gets it from Francis. He's going to go up. Finds Francis in the air. Francis goes up. No good. Teal takes it the other way. Already fast-moving action. Teal gets it knocked away by Francis, but he goes back up on the way up. And Alec, we're going to get our first time out of the game. Score 17-15. Aragats is still up. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to the AABA Pro-Am semifinals. Rich Elmoyan and Alec Armenian here with you at Academy USA in Glendale, California. Aragats versus Aparan. It's been mainly Aragats, but hey, Alec, this last stretch, Aparan was making a comeback, and that is due to Adrian Francis coming up big into foul trouble. Adrian Francis checked out of the game. Tim Gilmore in for him. Sean Collegian finds himself open. It's good. Collegian already with 5 points. Alec, one of those players we talked about, he's already getting it in early. 20-15, extends it to a 5-point game.
He's going to have to play a big piece here without Derek Eliassi as a backup point guard today. Sean's going to get some big minutes, and especially with the foul trouble on Adrian Francis, he's going to have to play big, and he has.
Kashishin goes up high and above. He finds a bank open on a Saturday. Not frequent, but there are some, Alec, open on Saturdays. Teal with the ball. Guarded from afar by Francis. Might want to have to put a hand up. Gilmore does. Mirzakanian comes to set him a screen. Wants to change off. He does. Possession gets a tip. Dooley goes up. Vertical. Goes Gilmore. No foul called. Gilmore has Kashishin to his wing. Finds him. Shoots it. He's no good. But the rebound by Aparan stops the play. But Francis is there. Right there to steal it. Gilmore to Collegian. Collegian shoots. It's good. And Collegian already with 8 points. And a timeout called by Aparan's head coach, Coach Sarkisian. And as you can see on your screen, Collegian with that three-pointer. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back at Academy USA, home of the AABA semifinals in our Pro-Am League based out of Glendale, California. Vernon Teal goes up against two red jerseys. Can't get it going. Possession gets an air pass. Goes up, no good. Collegian's there to rebound. 10 points for Collegian in the past 5 minutes.
Rich, he is just everywhere. I love it.
Gotta love it. The Hoover High School alumnus. Dooley shoots from afar. No good. Can't get his touch. Collegian with the rebound. He's everywhere. Gilmore has 28 seconds on the clock, 20 on the shot clock. Gilmore gets a footing. Collegian resets the play. 14 on the shot clock. Got time to get something going. Francis doesn't have much space. Gilmore's going to have to shoot it. Finds possession. He's going to have to shoot it. 2 seconds. No good. Touches the rim at least. But Teal's going to take it the other way from what could be the last shot of the quarter. Dooley goes up, and a foul called, and 1.5 left to go in the quarter. Alec, 28-15 since the timeout.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really expected this kind of a start from Aragats, and vice versa. You know, no one expected this kind of a slow start for Aparan, but I'm willing to bet that the duo is going to turn it up.
Dooley at the line. Can't convert on the first. Has another opportunity at it.
A little bit of a yeah.
Giving the spirit hands. But it helps Dooley in this one. Possession finds Collegian early. 1.8. And no good. Score is 28-16. Aragats up early. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back here in the second quarter of our first match of the day. Aparan versus Aragats. Aparan, the number 1 seed. Aragats, the number 3 seed. And an immediate steal. Very aggressive on the defensive end already. Kalejian pushes away. All the way he goes. Blocked by Dooley. What a deny. Teal can't get it to Mirzakhanian in an effort that he could catch it. And Aragats basketball it is. Kashishian inbounds it to Gilmore. And already we're getting a lot more energy involved from the Aparan end, Alec.
Yeah, they're down by 12. Heard some of the players already complaining to the referees. They're ready to turn it up, Rich. You could just feel it.
Gilmore shoots it. It's good. Tim Gilmore. Already Gilmore making his offensive campaign known. Duly guarded by Gilmore. Gilmore stays low. Possession now switches. Oh, what was supposed to be going to be a nice pass. Stopped in the tracks of Gilmore. Possession has the 3. It's going to be a 2. It's a deep 2 for Possession. And it's live here at Academy USA. Teal has the ball in the other way. It's only the second quarter. It feels like a fourth. Gilmore with some vocal cords to go against the shot, and a foul called by the referee, Fred Babajani. And Alec, the energy here is unmatched.
I haven't seen Academy USA with this much energy for the AABA league, and it's great. You have to give this Aragats team so much credit. And if you're Aparan, Rich, you have never played from a deficit like this. What do you do?
They haven't been in a circumstance like this. Kashishin goes up, and a foul call at the three-point line. And Teal doesn't like the call. Aragats, Greg Kashishin, known for his ability to shoot from afar. Players, oftentimes, they play up too far on him. And that's what happens.
And, Rich, that was the second one that could have been a foul. And they finally called it on this one. Exactly what you said.
Oftentimes, the thing is, Kashishin's so good off the dribble as well. That's why they come a little too close. And then once he pulls, as he's getting that left-hand dribble, it's automatic. And got to give a thank you to our friends at Massi's Kebab. Make sure to check out their flagship location off Colorado and Glendale at Glendale, California. Flagship location, can't miss it. Armenian alphabet out front. Kashishin's going to have another opportunity on making it. 34-16 now. Alex, it was such a deficit we haven't seen Aparan even close to this season. Mirzakhanian brings it up on the other end. Goes against Possession. He goes up, gets it in, and sometimes you just need some kind of offensive flow to get it going. And Aparan completely stumped here, Alec.
Yeah, you definitely need to string together a few stops as Greg goes all the way and gets stripped.
Great defense by Mansourian. Teal tries to get Gilmore on the skates. Teal wanted to foul, no call. Possession, he gets out of control. Dooley gets into the hands of the Teal, and he goes up. It's good. What a game it is so far. Can't emphasize it enough. Feels like the fourth quarter, and everyone's down by 2 at all times. Possession, backs down Andreasen, goes up, no good. Rebound, Francis tipped into the hands of Aparan. Dooley now has it. Has Mansouri in the wing. He's a shooter, got to watch out. No good.
Look, Rich.
And out goes in the benefit of Aragats. Excuse me.
No, a little bit too much of the theatrics right now for Narba possession. You have to play tough right now. You know, you have to play solid. And on the defensive end, he almost gave up a layup because, you know, of a little bit of the theatrics, like I said. So get tough when it matters the most. And this is playoff basketball.
With premium Pez comes premium entertainment. Kalejian gets it to premium Pez. He goes up, no good. And Andreasen takes it the other way. Teal now has it on the run. Francis Kashishian, and an easy call for the referee. Going up for 2 free throws is going to be Vernon Teal, the Loyola Marymount University standout, averaged 12 during his time there. He's been chirping at the referees, Al. He's been pretty good with technicals overall throughout the regular season. Hasn't gone a single one. But last season, we have to recall, he did lose his cool a couple of times. Got to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, he's getting close. He's had talks on the sidelines over here with the commissioner, and you could just see the frustration. And, of course, when you're down, it's never going to be as smooth as when you're winning. But as the veteran, as the leader of that team, you expect him to control the group.
And remember, he does have a left hand that's been hurting lately, Alec. He's been talking about it. He said it's been nagging him, but he's been pushing through like a court hero. Chris Dees has checked into the game. Big guy for the Aragats with the ball. Goes into it. And Chris Dees easily against Mirzakhani. Mirzakhani was trying to go for that charging call, but he's not going to get it on a tough game like this one, Alec. Dooley has it, guarded by Kashishian. Kashishian, one of the great defenders in our league. And Dooley goes up. Referee's not calling it. Kalejian the other way. Francis sets the screen. Kalejian looks to get some space. Francis, he can shoot from there. Got to watch out. Chris Dees against Mirzakhani. Goes up, no good. Rebound, Dooley. Dooley goes the other way. 3-on-2 opportunity. Dooley goes up. It's good. And 1 for Iso Ivo.
And all of a sudden, the Aparan fans are starting to get a little loud here, Rich.
What an and 1 for Alec. And Iso Ivo, number 3 for Aparan. Known for bringing alive this Aparan team this season. Last season, they had sparks of it. This season, they have full control of the AABA Param Basketball League. And Arthur Kashishian still face guarding Greg Kashishian now. Like, how important is it to contain Greg?
Oh, huge at this point with Adrian Francis being out of the whole second quarter almost because of those 3 fouls. So you could just feel the energy is shifting in the second quarter now.
And stolen the other way by Aparan. And an offensive foul on Aparan. Ivan Dooley hits an elbow to the dome. And we're headed the other way. As you can see in our instant replay, definitely some contact there. Referee got a first row seat, a Jack Nicholson perspective.
Back in the game, Rich, with those 3 fouls. So it's going to be very important for him, speaking of Adrian Francis, to just not pick up that 4th.
Adrian Francis unable to get the hang time in benefit of him. As Mirzakhani tries to catch the ball with one hand. Going to need 2 for that. Great pass to Kalejian, but stolen by Teal in the nick of time. As Teal pushes the other way, Lucirarian has checked in for Aragats. A quick breather for Possession, and Dooley knocks it down the other end. Score is now 37-28. They're coming back, Alec. They're not going to go away as we suspected. Chris Dees receives it from Francis. Little scissor action. Kashishian, it's good.
Tough shot.
Arthur Kashishian wanted the offensive foul. He thought Chris Dees was in the act of movement. And Chris Dees is there to guard Dooley, but not in time. And this Aragats defense looking a little lackadaisical when it comes to Dooley.
Oh, Dooley's turned it up here as Aragats calls a timeout. Dooley, Rich, has really stepped up with Vernon Teal having limited efficiency on the offensive end, you can call it. But he's the guy. He's the guy right now for Aparan. So if you're Aragats, you got to come out of this timeout with some kind of a plan for him.
And look, it's not going to be easy to make a comeback if you're Aparan. With every point that comes your way, there's another opportunity for Aragats to come back right at you. And we've talked about the X factors for Aragats. You have guys like Greg Kashishian, Sean Kalegian, and of course, big men like Chris Dees and guards like Tim Gilmore are going to give you some quality minutes. But for Aparan, you're really going to need to activate Daniel Mirzakhanian, Alec. And so far, we haven't really seen it at a explosive level.
Yeah, they need that third player to step up. And you've seen it from Aragats. You have multiple options, right? For Aparan, somebody needs to be that third option. And Danny is that guy. He's always been for them. The one thing that you need to continue doing if you're Aparan is pushing that ball. You've seen all these fast break opportunities in this second quarter that they didn't have in the first. Vernon Teal was saying, oh, we're not getting the foul calls, but they weren't being aggressive. And now all of a sudden it's all changing around.
You're definitely right. And with aggressiveness, it doesn't mean just going straight to the basket. It means moving the ball around, making sure everyone's getting access to the rim, not just one or two. And we're back now in play. Francis takes it out, gets it to Kalegian. Teal on Kalegian. Dooley on Francis. Aragats in red, Aparan in white. Francis gets the screen from Chris Dees. Back it to Kalegian. Thinks about it, gets Teal in the air, gets a shot off, and the ball is going to end up in a jump ball, stuck on the rim. Pozeshkian checks into the game for Kalegian. A little bit of a size addition for Aragats now, Alec. And getting Pozeshkian on Dooley, I like this matchup, Al.
Let's see how it works out for them. Length.
Dooley. Dees now guarding Dooley. Pozeshkian on Mirzakhanian. And a great shot by Danny Mirzakhanian. Scores now 39-33. Aparan made that comeback that we were assuming might come around. And Mirzakhanian already a little bit of more livelihood on the bench here, Al. And especially with Kevin Nazari, they're sorely missing him.
Yeah, he dislocated his knee, Rich, in a game last week against me, actually.
Oh.
We were hoping it was something less severe, and I guess a dislocated knee is better than a torn knee, but
yeah.
hopeful for him to get better.
And Aparan trying to show an offensive foul to be called on Chris Dees. And the defense gets Dooley to the ground, and we got free throws coming in. And 39-33 still. 4 minutes left to go in the first half.
One thing, Rich, that I would look into if I was Aragats is going to 2-3 zone just for a little bit to change up the momentum. It's a tough thing to play against good shooters, but at this point, most of Aparan's points are coming in the paint.
Yeah.
So it's something to look into if you're Aragats.
And, you know, what's one thing to mention? We're watching currently Aparan learn to really play together. It's easy to play with one another when things are going right, when things are shiny and bright. But it's when things are not going right. How are teams adapting? What kind of sets are teams getting into? Because if your normal isn't working against Aragats, how are you planning on getting to the next round as anticipated by most? Pozeshkian. 2 Ds. Ds gets it wide open. He lets it launch. It's good. Can't leave him open. Seen him a couple of times already this year. Knocked that shot down. Teal, guarded by Pozeshkian. Pozeshkian, great defense there. Kashishian doubled already, 96 feet away from the basket. And Gilmore has it the other way. Pat Karamanian pushing for his team to move forward. And it's good by Gilmore. Goes up on the left-hand side, makes it on the right. As Teal goes the other way already. Pozeshkian swipes. Teal doesn't get the call. And already Gilmore the other way. Alec, it's been running gun style. It's like Phoenix Suns 2006. Dees wants it. Kashishian has it super far away from the basket. He thinks he can get the other Kashishian off his feet. He does. Gets the shot off. It's good!
Oh.
Holy moly. Greg Kashishian turns it up a notch. Dees on Mirzakhanian. Mirzakhanian to Kashishian. Kashishian's going to have to make a play. Andreassian down to Mirzakhanian. He's going to shoot. It's a three. It's good. What a sequence of events, Alec. What do you got to say?
Yeah, a lot of activity here. It's ramping up. You know, we're in the second quarter, 5-point game.
Dees gets it. Another scissor action by Aragats, something we're used to seeing. Dees gets it to Kashishian, and oh my God.
That was beautiful.
What a play by Greg Kashishian. And Teal doesn't waste a second, takes it the other way. Kashishian holds it for a little bit, dribbles around. A lot of reaching by Kashishian. Great pass to Lucerian, and oh my God, we got ourselves back to a 9-point lead for Aragats.
I'm impressed with Greg's play, Rich. He is allowing the game to come to him. A few years ago, he would have been forcing a little bit more. He's really matured.
And Mirzakhanian has something to say. Replies back with a three. And a reminder for those not aware of Kashishian's background, has not had a lick of experience in high school basketball. And this is what you're getting, folks. Not always will you get talent seen in high school. Sometimes they're the ones in the classroom.
As I was praising him, he forced the one.
Kashishian arguing with the referees, saying that was a foul. Dooley the other way, gets a basket, and it's a deep two for Dooley. And Dooley, we've seen him in his mid-range game, stellar. Question is in his three-point shooting, and he's been really showing out today. Pozeskian lets it fly. No good. In and out. Aparan gets a pass up at the other end. Narbi Andreassian gets it, and it's a 2-point game. And a timeout called by Aragats with 1 minute and a second left in the second quarter. We'll be back with more. Next time out. Next time. 49-47. Aparan down by 2. A minute and 1 second left here in the second quarter. It's been absolutely crazy today. Aragats lost an 18-point lead, Alec. They were up 18 early. Now they got caught with a technical foul for those unaware with the situation. A technical foul due to calling an extra timeout in the first half. Can't call too many, and now you're only up by 1 and losing another opportunity. And this might seem like it's a tie before Aparan gets back the possession.
Big turn of events here, Rich. And it all starts with these two, Vernon Teal and Ivan Dooley. And Ivan Dooley has really stepped up in this second quarter.
Andriassian takes it out for Teal. Teal has it at the top. Off-ball action, Hambartsumian has entered the game. He's a shooter as well. Got to watch out for him. Mirzakhanian wants to match up against Posseshkin. Sizes him up. The two teammates of the Glendale Pan Armenian games. 46 seconds on the game clock, 9 on the shot clock. Teal guarded heavily by Posseshkin. And a stolen ball by Francis. Francis takes it the other way. 21 on the clock. Gilmore wants to get a 2-for-1 opportunity and gets it. Gilmore with a crucial three. They really needed that. And Gilmore is face guarding Dooley full court. Dooley gets the screen action. Dooley gets his man on the skates. And a rebound by Francis. Pass it over to Gilmore. Has an opportunity for the last second shot. Gilmore has Lucerian. Finds Posseshkin instead. Posseshkin thinks about it. Gets a better opportunity at a shot. Finds Gilmore. Gilmore shoots. It's good!
Huge!
Tim Gilmore comes alive in the last 30 seconds of the half. 55-49. Headed into the halftime. Alec, we got ourselves a ball game. Aragats up by 6. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to the AABA Pro-Am Basketball League. Second half of our first match between Aragats and Aparan. Winner moves on to play the championship. Loser goes home, gets ready to figure out its fishing trip. I heard Pyramid Lake is a good one. Got to get in the front court. And the 5 starting for Aragats, number 12, Collegian. Pass it to what would have been number 3, Daniel Kashishin, number 7, Narbe Possession, number 15, Ian Francis, and number 25, Timothy Gilmore. Noteworthy, Adrian Francis is not in the game, Alec. They're going to try to save him for a little bit. See how they can survive without Francis. With foul trouble, he has 3 fouls. Teal, guarded by Possession. Teal goes up, no good. Rebound, Collegian. Collegian goes the other way. He's gunning it. He's going to go up. Oh. And a lot of body. Collegian thought he was fouled, but verticality was deemed the case. As Teal has the ball the other way. Andreassian now has it. Receives it from Teal. Teal gets it back. Gilmore gets the vocal cords going again in favor of him. And Alec, it seems like every time Gilmore is contesting a shot, he's really contesting it with his whole body.
Why not? Why not?
Kashishin, guarded by Andreassian. Gets an angle to drive. Has Collegian running down. Possession, wide open. Thinks about it. Gets it back to Kashishin. And Kashishin thought he got fouled there. But no. They're letting him play. Playoff action. Gotta love it.
Yeah, a couple of possessions that came up with a turnover. If you're Aragats, you really have to clean it up.
Definitely. No opportunity to have a margin for error. It's the playoffs. It's a tit-for-tat environment, and Mirzakhanian brings this lead into a one-possession game. 88 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Francis gets it back from Gilmore. Stolen into tracks. Teal gets it from Dooley. Teal pass to Mirzakhanian, and Aparan is back. Tie game, and Aparan's fans and bench are alive once more.
You need someone to step up here. Gilmore was that guy at the end of the first half, Rich. Can he be the guy to bring him back here now?
Francis brings it down to Mirzakhanian. Francis passes to Gilmore. Gilmore gets his own rebound. Gets his own shot off again. No. Aparan defense is everywhere. Teal gets the ball up the floor. Francis meets him there. Francis looks to stay with Teal. Teal goes up. No good. Tries to go up with his right hand, but still having a rough time with his touch around the rim. Gilmore guarded by Dooley. Francis says, let's calm it down. Gilmore receives the screen from Francis. Gilmore wide open, shoots it, it's good. Aragats looks to get some kind of rhythm going, Alec. It seems like Aragats is most effective as a whole. Teal. Off-ball chatter happening by Aparan. A little bit of miscommunication. Screen set by Mansourian, and a lot of time wasted on the shot clock. Mirzakhanian's going to go up. He thought he was fouled. No. Rebound by Francis. Mirzakhanian ends up with it, and it goes in.
Very close to an offensive goaltending there.
I'm not sure what happened on that play, Al, but it seemed like one of the case that Aragats was making allegedly was that Aparan had a player bring down the net, and hence Daniel Mirzakhanian made the shot. But nonetheless, we move on. 11 on the shot clock here for Aragats. And Ian Francis, cool as the other side of the pillow.
He has such great balance in the low post when he gets that ball. Most bigs don't have that.
Teal tries to get the backdoor action, but Francis there on the defensive end, making sure he doesn't get there. And a nifty move by Francis. Kashishian to Gilmore. He's going to shoot. It's good by Tim Gilmore. Tim Gilmore has been such a great substitute in for Adrian Francis, Alex. Something not many subs can do and fill the shoes up. Collegian gets up, but Mansourian knocks it down nonetheless. Got to watch out for him. He's a sharp shooter from the corner. If Possession has anything to say, he says, I can do it too. And he misses it. Andreassian down to the deck as Teal already has it the other way. Finds Dooley. Dooley thinks about it. Has Andreassian cutting. Mirzakhanian now wants it. He's wide open. No. Dooley goes up. And Kashishian comes down in pain. Hope he's all right. Dooley went straight at him. Could have dunked it, I swore. Let's see what happened there on our instant replay. Tough angle to really gauge what happened there.
It looked like he might have taken the majority of that contact, getting kneed in that midsection.
I hope he's doing okay. And Alec, the aggressiveness that Dooley is showing here is very similar to what we saw Aragats pushing early on this game. And really, it's a battle of aggressiveness here. You can see the angle. Oh, it seemed like it's the abdominal area. But I also noticed he was immediately going for that left arm, and I thought his left arm got sandwiched between the contact. Nonetheless, it was very high-flying play, and Dooley's going to get an opportunity to shoot too. Happy to see Kashishian's doing okay, and we're going to get a sub for Aragats and for Aparan. Substitutions for Aragats, and checks in for Aragats is number 2, Adrian Francis. He has 3 fouls, and checking in for Aparan is Arta Kashishian, the defensive-minded player that also can bring a 3 at any moment.
Rich, I'm going to be looking at Adrian to step it up as the leader right now with foul trouble. He hasn't really been able to get into the game, so it's going to be big for him.
Possession unable to shoot the wide open shot, and you can hear Gilmore on the other end yelling, "Why are we settling?" And I would ask the same thing.
Yeah, Narbez really been settling the last few possessions, and Aparan, Rich, with their first lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
And Possession gets the 2-man game. Oh, great pass by Kashishian. Possession goes up. What a pass! Oh my God, Alec. We're going to have to replay that one at some point.
Rich, I'm going to just say it. I think that's the best pass I've seen in the AABA.
Wow. That could be a top-tier assist that we have seen since the fruition of AABA, or even the thought of the AABA, even in its origins. As Francis goes up, blocked by Mirzakhani. And Mirzakhani said, "We're making sushi today," hibachi specifically. And Ohanessian is going to check in for Aparan. Out goes Mansourian. Quality minutes, especially with that 3-pointer in the corner with Collegian flying into him. Francis finds Collegian. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Collegian's going to have to make a decision. Finds Possession. Possession goes straight to the rim. No good. Tip straight to Possession. 14 seconds now on the shot clock. Armenian, head coach for Aragats, says let's relax, and Adrian Francis does so. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Francis finds his brother, shoots it. No good. And the ball touches the top, and the correct call by the referee. Alec, intense gameplay there.
Very, very intense right now. It just feels like the next team that goes on a run is going to win it, but then the other team is coming back. It's been fun.
Great defense by Adrian Francis, face guarding Dooley, making sure he doesn't get it, but reminder, he does have 3 fouls. Got to watch out. Can't be too aggressive, but just enough to keep Dooley faced. And Teal's going to go up. No. Rebound, Collegian. Collegian has been everything for Aragats in terms of the second quarter. He's the 3rd leading scorer for Aragats, And Alec, guess who's the leading scorer for Aragats? It's Tim Gilmore, 16 points. Possession, he lets it launch. It's good for Narbe Possession. A huge 3-pointer, Alec, just like you mentioned it.
Huge shot there. He hadn't made the last few, but being one of the better shooters on the team, you have to be ready for it.
And Alec, for a second, I'm going to look at the stats here. And for those that are interested in the stats, make sure to visit AABA.team and check out the link right on your screen. And I'm looking at my stat screen here, Alec, and 25 points by Daniel Mirzakhani, 23 by Dooley, and 11 by Teal. As Francis takes it the other way, gets swatted by Teal. And a great defensive effort. And Aparan, what could have been a call, Great hustle by Aparan. Pozeskian sees it, and man, oh man, Francis, as you can see, takes the Euro step. Teal blocks it behind him, and a traveling call going the other way. And Alec, we talked about the stats here. Something to keep an eye on. What comes to your mind when I say these numbers here? Daniel with 25, Dooley with 23, and Teal with 11. And then the next score you have is Johnny Mansourian with 3. And on the other end, just to give you a little bit of perspective, Gilmore with 16 points, Kashishian with 11, Kalejian with 10, Bazeshkian with 9, Kashishian with 6, and Francis with 6, and then Chris Dees with 4.
Yeah, a more balanced approach for Aragats, but they're doing a great job. Aragats is doing a great job of not allowing Vernon Teal to be that secondary scorer, or that first scorer that he's always been, forcing him to shoot outside. But Rich, do you think without Teal in that 20-point mark that he's so used to, Aparan will have a chance in that fourth quarter?
I think it is possible, but only in the matter of who's going to step up. Because realistically, Mirzakhanian, we talked about it, he needs to step up, and well, he has. 11 of 17 field goal is exactly what you're hoping for if you're Aparan. But meanwhile, I'm looking at Vernon Teal, 5 of 17. He's going to have to figure out some other way to get it to the basket. And if I'm talking real here, I'm looking at Narbe Andreasen. You got 2 points. You need at least 15 to end the match to give some kind of effect here for Aparan to stay alive and to stay up on top. And we're back in gameplay here. Ohanessian takes it out for Aparan as they check in. Teal guarded by Francis. And we talked about it. Teal 5 of 17 from the field. Dooley takes it all the way, and Iso Ivo can't get it to go. Francis on the other way. He's got a 3-on-2 opportunity, and Francis can't get a hold of it. Teal, cross-court pass to Dooley. Dooley's going to go up. It's good. 67-66. Just like that, Aparan is back. Dooley, a little frustrated, but also motivating his team. Francis down to the other Francis. Back to Adrian Francis. Kashishian, elevator screen. Not done properly, but he still gets it. No good. And a rebound by Dooley. Gets it far across to Mirzakhanian. Mirzakhanian, we mentioned he's 11 of 17. Make that 11 of 18 today. And we're closing in on 2 minutes now left in the third quarter. Pozeskian wide open. He's going to let it fly. No good. Francis with the rebound. Gets contact and one. Ian Francis with a well-deserved, much-needed bucket. And a shot by Pozeskian. If you're Mirzakhanian, you can't even let Francis get an idea or even a taste of the paint. And Alec, what has been the game changer for Aragats here in the second half? I mean, of course, they're not up by 15 still, but it seems like they're still staying aggressive.
Yeah, definitely staying aggressive and not allowing Aparan to get to the paint and have those easy layups that they were getting in the second quarter. Huge adjustment, and it all starts with Ian Francis guarding Teal, in my opinion. He has been awesome on him.
As Teal right now already, and Francis guarding Teal. You just mentioned it, Alec, and his defensive prowess is obvious there. Kalejian goes up. No. Kashishian gets it up. Dooley has Francis on his feet, and an offensive foul.
Wow.
What a turn of events. Adrian Francis with 3 fouls takes the risk against Dooley in traffic. And look at that opportunity there. Francis didn't waste it. He said, I'm taking him right here away from the restricted. Not that it matters here at the AABA, but he made sure that referee Babajanian knew that he was there and set.
I'm not going to lie, Rich. If I was Aparan, I would have looked into challenging that call. It just seemed like Francis was leaning over as Dooley went up, but nonetheless, nice play.
Great effort by Francis. Can't take it away. Kashishian guarded by Kashishian. And wow. Wow. The effort, the execution, the defense might I add as well. What an opportunity for Kashishian. Teal to Dooley. Dooley back to Andreassian. Andreassian has had a quiet game so far. 57 on the shot. 57 on the game clock. 8 on the shot clock. And wow, Dooley with a shot from downtown. Alec, you can't really do anything against that.
I mean, that was so tough.
Another snifty move by Kashishian. Gets Francis and Andreassian can't really do anything against that.
Just so composed. You know, any other big might have just went straight to the pin and got an offensive foul. He puts the ball down, composes himself, and puts it up.
Teal against possession, and Teal unable to score there. Can't really do anything against that. Teal thought he was fouled, but game continues. Francis.
A lot of complaining, Rich, from Teal.
10 seconds on the game clock. Francis goes up. And a foul called. Francis going to be going up for 2. With 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And let's take a quick look at that instant replay of Greg Kashishian with a Dirk Nowitzki-esque shot. Man, Alec. What a turn of events before we're going to head into the fourth quarter. As Francis knocks down the first.
A really nice push right here from Aragats as Aparan is starting to get a little frustrated with the referees. And, there, in my opinion, Rich, there isn't anything to be upset about. At this point in the game, you have been aggressive. You have been getting calls. You can't allow the last few minutes to dictate it now.
And Teal gets a bucket before the quarter can end. And he's still chirping at the referee, Alec. Got to watch out. 76-71, end of the third quarter. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back at the AABA Pro-Am Basketball League semifinals here at Academy USA in Glendale, California. First match of our doubleheader today, Alec. Aragats versus Aparan, and it's been one for the Bucks. We have not really seen a match like this before. A lot of highlight reels, a lot of emotions, and hey, there's not a single guy on the court right now that does not want to win or doesn't even believe that they can win.
Very competitive matchup, and it should be. It's a semifinal game. Two of the best teams have made it this far, so this is going to be a fun fourth quarter.
Mirzakhanian wide open. He's the leading scorer today for Aparan, unable to convert. The last 10 minutes here, 76-71. Here we go. Adrian Francis guarded by Ivan Dooley. Collegian's going to come up, pop up. Francis now gets it down low. Looks to get it across Teal. Teal gets it right in his tracks. And Teal's going to get an opportunity to pass it to Dooley. Dooley lets it fly. It's good. Ivan Dooley, assist by Vernon Teal. 76-74. Aparan now within one possession game. Adrian Francis, the foul trouble in the first half plagued his opportunity to get minutes, but Tim Gilmore was there to handle, the leading scorer for Aragats today. He's out of the match as of right now. Greg Kashishian gets some space, Miscommunication by Aragats, and Kashishian can't get the ball to Francis. And Aparan bench already getting loud. Vernon Teal going the other way. Blocked by Francis. No. Teal can't get the call. Francis pushes it the other way. And a technical call. A technical foul called. Alec, this is what we were talking.
It was building up. It might not have been, you know how they say it's the straw. Yeah. Straw that broke the camel's back. Maybe he could have got away with it, but referee Jason doesn't take anything.
Adrian Francis now has an opportunity to get a second shot here. And Francis converts. And Aragats is going to maintain possession, Alec. That's one of the more important factors here. You're down by 4. You get another opportunity, and you lose it due to talking. Got to make sure the second one doesn't come around because you need Vernon Teal. Dooley guarding Francis very closely. Francis goes all the way, can't get the hand right. Dooley goes across all the way. Front court, it's good. And Ivan Dooley, through traffic, gets it back to a one-possession game. Ohanessian guarding Kashishian. Kashishian, one of the lethal scorers from the perimeter or at any place on the court, really. Scissor action. Gets Francis into position. Francis to his older brother. Ian Francis and Vernon Teal said, this is going to be a jump ball. I don't care. He got that ball and he said, I'm sinking.
A lot of physicality.
And Alec, it's the semifinals, the playoffs. Winner continues on to play the winner of the next match between Harazdan and Academy USA. Ian Francis. And a shot clock violation, Alec. The bench usually gonna have to be the one that you rely on to know when the shot clock is ticking. But miscommunication, shall I say, the absence of communication led to a turnover. Mirzakhanian brings it up, unorthodox, but not unusual to see. Vernon Teal gets the set screen. Back to Mirzakhanian, gets Francis in the air. Mirzakhanian passes it, but Francis there to steal it in the nick of time.
Gotta go up with that, Rich. Nobody's stopping you at that point.
Possession wants the ball. Francis wants a two-man screen. Screen not really set properly, hence not used well. Kashishian goes up, no good. Rebound Francis. Francis cutting. Francis goes the other way, and it's good. The Alcorn State University alumnus. He said, let's work. And we're getting alive here again. The gym's starting to echo with a lot of voices here, Alec. A lot of stakes, a lot of interest here. Kashishian back into the game, out since that injury we saw. Good to see him healthy. Andriassian sets the screen for Dooley. Dooley has 3 seconds to go up. He does. It's good. Ivan Dooley with a bucket. Kashishian just getting beat up around the rim, Alec.
Yeah, he took the worst of it again there.
But you got to respect, the hustle by Kashishian and the emotional intelligence to not allow that to phase him. Oh, great move by Francis. No good. Possession there to rebound, but the ball touched the floor and out of bounds. Man, what a game it's been. Can't let that go through, and they do. And Aparan gets an easy bucket. It's 80-80. 6:30 left to go in the fourth and final quarter in regulation. Only one foul so far in the quarter, Alec. Been a pretty fast game. Adrian Francis finds possession, thinks about it. Back to Francis. Possession wants to set an on-ball. Francis has Ohanessian. He likes his chances here. Goes up. Wants to foul. No. Francis goes up. It's good. When one Francis is looking to score, the other Francis is always ready below the rim. And Teal is trying to motivate his team, letting him know we got to grab a board if we want to stay competitive. Mirzakhanian looking to go down against Possession, goes up, and physically done. Daniel Mirzakhanian gets his 27th point of the night.
He's been stepping up big time for this Aparan club.
And Alec, we talked about some point action here. Adrian Francis looks to get some more, and he gets fouled in the action. Alec, Aparan, 35 points for Dooley, 27 for Mirzakhani, and 15 for Teal. Next guy that scored, Johnny Mansourian with 3 points. They're going to need a lot more from their supporting cast. And the score is only 82-82, and Teal's not even going to his fullest extent. We're used to seeing 40 points by now by Teal, but with a much more defensive-oriented teams, that's going to have to be something, or shall I say, a variable that Pat Carmine is going to have to consider.
Yeah, your focus has been on those three, but yet they are the leading scorers. So you're going to have to find something in these last 5 minutes if you're Aragats, because, I mean, if Teal hasn't turned it up yet and there's 5 minutes left, trust me, he's been talking to the sides. He's saying he's going to turn it on right now.
Gilmore still the leading scorer for Aragats, has 16. Ian Francis has 15, and Greg Kashishian has 13. Ivan Dooley, leading scorer for Aparan with 35, has the ball now. He's going to go all the way. It's good for his 37th point of the game. Aparan gets his first lead in a while. 84-83, coming up on 5 minutes left in the fourth and final quarter of regulation. Tim Gilmore finds possession. He's going to let it fly. No good. And a foul away from the ball. And it's going to be a foul on Ivan Dooley, Alec.
Yeah, good call there. If you're Naharbet Pezeshkian, I don't know if I would have challenged that right there for Aparan. It was a pretty clear foul on the box out. We'll see what happens. But if you're Naharbet Pezeshkian, you have to be ready to hit that shot. They're leaving you open. And Naharbet is a very good shooter. Maybe take a step in. He's been shooting it from NBA range. Bring it back to AABA range, Narb.
And Alec, they're currently challenging that play. Aparan believes they got a case. The referees will dictate whether that is fair or not. And based off of that, you're either losing a timeout, Alec, or you keep one, and you, on top of that, can challenge once more. That is one of the more interesting new rules in the AABA that we've been able to add. And frankly, that has changed the course of a lot of games. So now Aparan is challenging the call on whether that was a foul on Ivan Dooley.
Yeah, it's going to probably come down to that player, Daniel Kashishian, being in the air or not on the box out. If he's in the air and you start boxing him out, that's where the foul was.
It'll be interesting to see because this is a very decisive opportunity, Alec. Scores 84-83 with 5 minutes left to go, really. And the referees are taking their time to see what's going on. And in this play, you can't really see.
Yeah, it's a big call. Big call for sure. They want to make sure they can look at all the angles. I don't think this is going to get overturned. In the NFL, there's a saying. They say inconclusive, right? Not enough to overturn it. So I think that's what's going to happen here.
As we wait on our referee colleagues to get something to us.
And it sounds like the challenge is unsuccessful, Rich.
The call stands, and we're going to continue on. The referees took their time, though, Alec. They want to make sure that they are correct, that they know that they were wrong if so, but not the case here. Game moves on. Aparan loses a timeout, and no more challenges available for them. A big change of events since probably like a minute ago. Gilmore goes up. Francis with another rebound, and it's good. Ian Francis has grabbed the rebound from the other side of the shot going up almost every single time. Jeez, 85-84. Aragats has the advantage again, and this time a foul is going to be called into fruition, and it's going to be going without the shot up. Excuse me, Alex, so he's not going to get free throws. Andreassian gets it to Teal. 14 on the shot clock. Francis guarding him. His teammates yelling, "Don't reach." Teal shoots it, no good. Rebound, Aragats.
Wow, that one
Gilmore
was
the other way.
Halfway in, Rich.
Gilmore finds a red jersey in the corner. It's Kashishian. Kashishian goes up, tough shot. Kashishian with the rebound, gets it back to the other Kashishian, and reset it is for Aragats. 10 seconds, plenty of time to make something happen. Gilmore takes it straight to the white jerseys, and a foul called in the action on Narbe Andreassian on the body. Good call by the referee, but a block had happened by another Aparan jersey. And every possession matters, Alec. As you can see on your instant replay there, a lot of body on Narbe Andreassian, but a block had happened in the continuing of the play. So 2 free throws coming in the hands of Tim Gilmore.
Yeah, Tim's really stepped up for this Aragats team today.
Gilmore unable to score, as you mentioned it. He is the now the second leading scorer for Aragats, 1 point behind Ian Francis. Timothy Gilmore has 16 points, and mind you, he has 2 assists as well. And can't convert on the 2 free throws. They're going to have to come up big. And the fans quiet and anxious for either team. Dooley looking to get a screen from Andreassian. Gets it. Dooley gets the spacing, goes up, and a foul called. Dooley's going up. What do you think about that one, Alec?
Yeah, I could hear the referee from here saying it's the same exact call, same exact play, putting his hands down. And you think here, Rich, with under 4 minutes left, it's become a chess match in a way. Offense versus defense. Who do you want to plug in? It looks like Adrian's coming back into the game here for Aragats. It's a fun matchup to see this.
Definitely is, Alec. And to be fair, Gilmore really was vertically up. It's just he didn't alter the last step. The last step should have taken one behind to give some space for Dooley, and that would have been something referee Babajanian, a very veteran, very experienced referee in California, known for his time around the NCAA and CIF. As possession brings it up on the other end. Francis now has it. 3:30 left to go. 86-85, Aparan is up. Francis finds possession. On the pass off, Teal gets caught up. And Francis is headed to the line. They're already in a bonus, Alec. That's also a very important factor here. How does that affect them, Alec?
Sorry, Rich.
They're now in the bonus. How does that affect them?
Well, a lot of time, 3.5 minutes left, but they've missed some big free throws here. Big free throws.
And Francis heard you from afar. He said, "Don't worry, Al. I got you." As Vernon Teal brings it up now, 86 square. 3:26 left to go in the fourth and final quarter, and our semis, the first match of our doubleheader. Make sure to not go anywhere once this game is over. Harazdan and Academy USA coming up. Vernon Teal to Dooley. 7 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to have to make something up. Francis guarding him. Dooley stays cool. Gets a bucket big time. Down the stretch, 88-86. Adrian Francis with the ball, guarded by Dooley. Francis. Down to the other Francis. Francis to possession. Thinks about it. Shoots it. No good. Rebound Ian Francis. And Aparan is going to get the benefit of the doubt and get this possession. Alec, what a turn of events. If Aparan scores here, this is the first time they're going to get 2 point. They're going to get 2 possession game since the first half.
I just feel like Aragats is going away from taking Dooley and Teal out of this.
Kashishian on Dooley. Kashishian, a great defender. On Kashishian, no good. Francis grabs the rebound, a very important one.
Great defense.
Ian Francis with 18, Tim with 16, Greg Kashishian with 13. Those are the leaders for Aragats. Francis goes up, can't get the friendly bounce. Teal going down the other way. Francis guarding Teal. Stops the ball. Make sure Teal can't even look at the rim. Double screen set by Aparan. Teal down to Mirzakhanian. He goes up, no good. Rebound Teal. And it's off the foot of Aragats. And 12 seconds left on the shot clock. 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the game clock, Alan. We're under 2 minutes here left in regulation. Dooley comes off the screen. Teal wants it. Francis dives for it. One man is open. Teal goes up. It's good.
You can't flop there. You got to stay up.
Got to stay up. Coach Armenian wanted a foul there but couldn't get it. And Aragats down 4. This is the biggest lead of Aparan since the first half. And Alec will be back with more after this.
And we're back with the final minute and 37 left in this tight matchup. It's been a close one here throughout.
Keshishian has the ball, guarded by Ohanessian. Possession gets the backdoor. It's good. Narbe possession comes up big, Alec. 90-88. 124 left to game. Vernon Teal has it on the left-hand side. Mirzakhanian sets a screen. Gonna have to watch out for that. Teal hasn't scored a 3 this game. Mirzakhanian sets one again. Possession gets on the switch up. 7 seconds left. 6 seconds now. Teal's gonna have to make a move. He goes up. No call. He gets his own rebound. Doesn't matter. 92-88. 58 seconds left to go. Francis takes him all the way. Finds possession in the corner. Possession's gonna go up. Finds Francis again. Francis goes up. No. Rebound Francis. Goes up, no foul. Possession, look for a rebound, no. Teal grabs it the other way. Ohanessian with the ball. Should hold the ball as much as they can, and they get fouled. Wow, what a turn of events, Alec. 92-88, foul on Aparan. Excuse me, foul on Aragats.
Just a tough miss there for Aragats. And if you're Aparan, Danny had a wide open layup opportunity. Let's see if that comes back to haunt him.
Wow, so many free throws missed by Aragats. Could have been a decisive factor here. And it's going to be a foul before the shot. Dooley tried to get some kind of action going for the referees to read, but they didn't see nothing there. Dooley. And Aragats letting some time fly.
As Teal goes to the free throw line here, big free throws coming up. Obviously has a chance to make it a 3-possession game, 4-point game right now. Either way, if you're Aragats, you need to get to the basket. You don't need a 3 right away. There's still plenty of time as Teal hits the first.
And Teal has come up big on the last few possessions, Alex. Something to keep note of. Teal, the second he goes up with the shot, he's already waiting for the rebound. And those second opportunities are what's going to define you in the playoffs. And Dooley gets a second opportunity for Aparan. And Aragats, already it seems like some of the players have accepted the result while others have not. In that moment, you got to straight ahead go foul as fast as you can to stay alive. There's still a lot of time, Alec. 25 seconds, that's a lot of time. Dooley knocks down the first. Dooley knocks down the second. 7-point game, the biggest lead in Aparan so far. Pez is going to have to get a shot off. Gets it to Francis. Too much passing going on, not enough shooting. And that's going to decide the fate of Aragats. I think the case can be made now, Alec, that Aparan is going to move on.
Yeah,
from the looks of it.
For about 90% of that game, it seemed like Aragats was in control. It came down to a few different factors. Danny Mirzakhanian, he has to be up there as the player of the game, in my opinion, along with Ivan Dooley, obviously. They stepped up when Teal was not involved because of whatever you want to call it, frustration, whatever. But these two have really shown that they are at the same level as any of the top-tier players in the league. And if you're Aragats, a very tough end to your season, a lot of promise, but the inexperience showed a little bit towards the end.
And look, Alec, we've been talking about Ivan Dooley, and he is going to be our player of the game. He has 45 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and, you know, scoring 45 points with only 3 turnovers is a big deal. Meanwhile, Daniel Mirzakhanian with 27 points and 9 rebounds. And you know what? Vernon Teal, though he did not have, you know, a 40-point game, he had 20 points and 12 rebounds. Something to also respect. And 5 assists along with that. We're going to see Ivan Dooley shortly soon. We'll be back with more. I'm here with the player of the game, Ivan Dooley, also known as ISO Ivo. Ivan, you had 45 points, which was really needed. Daniel brought in another 25 himself. Vernon brought in another 20 himself. You guys were down for the majority of the game, and this is for the first time this entire season. You guys had a margin of around like 20 points per game up. What happened today?
Just a little sluggish. I think we kind of probably over-prepared a little bit, but it's good. That's why you got five players on the floor. If one of us down, somebody's going to pick us up no matter who it is. So today it was a little bit of my turn and Danny's turn. Vern was down a little bit, but we was there to pick him up.
Referees were letting you guys play. Both sides, we can see it. Already the bodies were starting to collapse towards the end, but both sides were going really hard. What was the ending difference maker for you guys? At the end, you guys came composed and ready to execute on every play. What kind of mindset were you going in after a couple of those timeouts were called?
Keep attacking. Although we wasn't getting any calls in the first half that much, I think it was a little bit pretty even, but during the third and fourth, we just wanted to keep attacking the basket, you know what I mean? So don't settle too much. We didn't shoot that many threes. I think probably shot like 4 threes maybe in the second half, so that's what we cut down, and we was able to attack and get a couple and ones, get a couple fouls, and I don't think we missed a free throw in the second half, so that was good for us.
You mentioned free throws. There's a big disparity between that as a team on the other end as well. You guys started to get your fire going, and honestly, we were talking about it with our casting crew here, was how's Aparan going to react after losing by a little bit, and you guys came up on top. Congratulations on the semifinals win. You guys are moving on to play the winner of this match. Last quote from you, Who do you hope for, Harazdan or Academy?
It doesn't matter. We got to play the same way, so it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Ivan, for the chat. We'll make sure to show up for the Academy USA Harazdan game. We have a great match there. Don't go anywhere. Make sure to subscribe to the AABA Pro Am Basketball League. And, hey, I'll be right there to chat with you. See you soon.